Just realized that shirt you've been wearing all night is a White Sox shirt. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Tastes Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Krams are here. And it is just about the end of June, which means just about halfway through the year. And, we bring you record reviews from time to time, as many as we can squeeze in with all the other videos that we're making. But in addition to those records, we're also always listening to a ton of other stuff. So we thought we'd kind of loop you in on some of our favorite records of the year to this point. We're each going to give you 5 of our favorites, maybe highlight a couple tracks from each or something. I don't know. Just want to give you something to check out, some of the better stuff that we've heard so far. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're each going to give you 5 quickly. And yeah, I guess, Joe, want to keep it going first?
Sure. I'm not going to do these in order of my favorite to least favorite, but these are the 5 that currently are topping my charts, and I've listened to 93 albums so far this year, suffered through a lot of crap to bring you these 5, but I think they're all quite good. But one album I really like this year is going to be Raw Data Feel from Everything Everything. I like them in general, so this one kind of just continues their success in my eyes. Cool electronic tinged art rock, very British sounding, which I like. Thick, just British accent, no disguising that, from Jonathan Higgs. And I just think it's tremendously catchy, dancey art rock. And they actually use artificial intelligence to help write the lyrics and even come up with the album cover and some of the songs. So it's really weird, odd lyrics, very unexpected, but the melodies and the hooks are great. So that's cool. I also have Elvis Costello and the Imposters clocking in with The Boy Named If, which I think is a huge rebound over the overly dour Hello Clockface. This one finds him and the Imposters back into proper pub rock mode. And even though Elvis is losing his voice a little bit, he still has that cool kind of wail and the vibrato and the uniqueness that makes him him. It's a little weaker, but I think some of the songs on here are the catchiest he's had since the 80s, maybe. Really loving this one more and more as I listen to it. Also on my list here, I got Night Roamer from Sarah Shook and the Disarmers, produced by longtime Dwight Yoakam accomplice Pete Anderson. Just, that should say enough. The instrumentation is fantastic. There's great guitar, great lap steel. And I just love Sarah Shook's voice. It has this like almost flat quality to it, which is cool, but still has a little twang. You have this ornate, really well orchestrated country music, really solid earthy vocals from Sarah Shook. A bunch of good songs on there. Also, we have maybe the odds-on favorite for my album of the year so far, Impura from Ghost. I just love the combination of ABBA, Megadeth, Whitesnake into this great goo of Swedish satanic devil music. Everything I want. Great hooks, great vocals, ABBA flavored choruses, just magical in my ears. And then finally, a recent discovery. One of our Discord members, Vanessa, randomly found this album because she liked the cover and this just super 80s, like high school yearbook kind of photo of the cover. And it's Remember the Magic by Junatime. And it is just so wonderfully 80s and nostalgic, just tremendous. And her voice, lead singer Heather Summerhauser, does this incredible vocal run on the title track. Reminds me a little bit of Rocket Love from Stevie Wonder. It's this really choppy, like really long run. And it is just completely breathtaking. And I'm just completely in love with it. Such a cool song and a great 80s nostalgic retro trip of an album as well from Junatime.
I think pretty much all of my five, I think we've reviewed on the channel. So if you want in-depth looks, might be able to check them out in our album reviews category. Let's throw out some Dragon New Warm Mountain by Big Thief. Can't remember one of the better double albums I've heard in a long time. It's got a lot of beauty to it, a lot of cool folk stuff for a double album. Tremendous pace and momentum. I've also got one I reviewed with Joe. We've been going about this all wrong with Sharon Van Etten. Kind of a big, more robust sound to her, far less quiet, but the songwriting is there. And, it's very kind of melodramatic and powerful as well, which is very cool, very different for her. In kind of a different vein and part of that group of singer-songwriters, I've got the new Angel Olsen, Big Time, which I think is kind of like this really docile, beautiful, romantic kind of a thing. I think this one is, I'm not sure where it's going to land. Obviously, we're not showing our cards yet, but she has a ton of Song of the Year contenders for sure on this. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff on it. It's got that perfect, like, low-key twang, singer-songwriter first, and then just like that beautiful kind of Nashville sound accompaniment at times to it. Also throwing out Ants from Up There, Black Country New Road. Not a sophomore slump for sure here. They really took a very interesting, surprising turn, coming up with like more Baroque and ornate, more free roaming, free prose kind of stuff after the, very post rock and kind of punky and aggressive and, partially like violent. I'm not sure what he mouthed there, but. And then Time Skiffs. We all know how I feel about that. Animal Collective almost always gets at least 4.5 to 5 stars from me, and this one is no different. Gave it 5. So I didn't reveal the stars for anyone else, but it's got to be a leading contender. It's everything you want, but it's got kind of like a more laid back, psychedelic, beachy quality to it, which was really cool for this one. And yeah, I think those are 5 albums that no one would be surprised that I really like. These are kind of repeat. Well, Big Thief a little bit was someone I've never really been into that much, but yeah, a lot of the all stars for me so far.
All right, so I'm going to give mine chronologically from when they were released. The first one came out 2 weeks into the year, and had them on the channel. If you may remember, if you've been watching that long, I've got The Colonel with Listen to the Blood. Really cool country record. I love his sense of humor, a lot of funny lyrics and kind of tongue-in-cheek stuff, but it never gets to the point of parody. And I just think he's a really great songwriter and storyteller, great instrumentation on it, great playing from his band, and I just like it a lot. The next one I'm going with is the only one that any of us have in common. I've got Dragon New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You by Big Thief as well. Fantastic. Kind of reminds me a little of like Tusk, some of it, Lindsey Buckingham-esque production on some of the songs, but also plenty of other songs that are more stripped back, like Promise is a Pendulum, just really stripped down, straightforward acoustic guitar and vocal type of stuff. And I think all of it works, and it all works together, and it's just a really great record. The next biggest surprise of the year, I think, and I think people will be shocked to know that I love this record, and that is the self-titled record by Prince Daddy and the Hyena. Just an amazing rock record, kind of emo-leaning pop punk almost at times, and it's not a genre I normally like, but it is so incredibly well done. The record is so incredibly well made. There's a ton of hooks on it, and the engineering on this is just fantastic. The mix just hits you right in the chest. It just sounds so incredible. I think all the arrangements are really cool. There's always like something happening musically that's interesting, never gets boring. It's just really, really good. Then I'm going with People by Diane Coffey, who was once the drummer for Foxygen and then has branched out. This is the 4th record under the name Diane Coffey. And this is kind of a bounce back for me. I didn't really care for the last record, Internet Arms, which was kind of like an 80s synth thing. Felt a little forced, felt a little like chasing trends, but Gets back to what he's good at on this record. Teams up with Jonathan Rado from Foxygen, who produces the record. I don't think Jonathan Rado's ever produced an album that I don't like. This is great. Kind of like 60s pop vibes, but modern sounding and really good writing, great melodies. And then the last one, another guest on the channel, Michael Ralt, self-titled record. Just everything 70s that you can imagine. You've got like some kind of R&B funky type of stuff on a track like Neither Love Nor Money. You've got some like almost sounds like a 70s Beach Boys song on When I'm Back in Town Again. You've got like some more like disco-y vibes on some tracks, just every sound of the 70s smushed together, and it all is great, and it's really hooky and well-made record from Michael Ralt. And you know, no preferential treatment for coming on the channel. I think it works the other way. Like, I asked these people to come on because I love their music, and they said yes, and I was lucky enough that they said yes. But those are great records, both of those, and they all are. So check them out.
I mean, the most surprising thing so far, Jason and Krams are both loving emo records. Can't believe it.
Which emo record did I love?
That would be Black Country New Road, the extremely emo sounding bands from up there. Jason loving Prince Daddy and the Hyena is fantastic. Kranzer, you need to listen to it so you can gawk in amazement that Jason loves an album so emo and so pop punk as that.
Yeah, I'll check out Prince and the Hyena, and I do really want to check out the Juno one that you mentioned for sure.
Juno Time, yeah. Solid one. A lot of good albums so far. I think I have 24-star and above out of the 94 or whatever I've listened to. So I'm digging this year. I think it's a step up over last year so far.
It's tough for me. I think it's very close.
Big step up for me. I'm loving this year. But yeah, check out all those records. Let us know what your favorite are. Maybe we've missed some, slipped through the cracks. Drop them in the comments, and we will do our best to check them out. We're always listening to stuff. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Check out all the links in the video description: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, website, merch, and Patreon. Support the channel any way you can. Much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.